Just the one game left today. Then we've got our season review. But before that, we're going to be playing the team who we've been challenging for that first little bit of silverware. If we get 1 point in today's game, then we'll beat the previous record for the most points ever in this division. It's just a shame Imbari have absolutely destroyed us. So, like, we've got a record points tally. Well done us. You'd have won every year except this one, where we're currently 8 points behind them. They are being very good. Very good. As you were last with us, we played Gifa and Toyama, 3 and 4-0 respectively. Followed that up with a 3-2 loss against Matsumoto. There we go. While I'm going through these, if you could do me a favour, like, subscribe, show your support on the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. I realise the YouTube thing's probably blocked out some of these results, but we're going to cover them anyway, so it's fine. We then played Nagano, beat them 2-1. Happy days. 4-1 win against Miyazaki. A 4-3 win against Yokohama, who are one of the worst teams in the division. We then played the worst team in the division. Lost, obviously. It was just before this game that we secured our promotion, so I think the team had just kind of turned off at that point. We then played Kagoshima. Looked like we were going to lose again because we were 2-0 down, but we had quite a quick turnaround. An instant reaction to their second goal. Too late, well, second half goals for Igor Gabriel as well to turn it around. And now we've got Imbari. So the league as it stands, Filip Piszek scored 40 goals. 40? Where's our top goal scorer? It's not very high. It's Senrosaki in mid, Suzuki with 15, Gabriel with 14, and we've probably got Cam down there somewhere, but he hasn't got as many in the league. Let's have a little butchers. In the league, he's got 11, so he's not far off him. It's not too... He's all right. He's hit his potential now. Do I tell you now or after the game? I think I tell you now, so we can talk about it during the game. We've had our budgets come through. I was expecting a little bit of money. I wasn't expecting as much as they gave me, which was £1 million. A single £1 million. What on earth are they playing at? So I've slapped our scouting budget up to cover the entirety of Japan, which just took a bit of the money. I've spread some for the wage budget, so we've got 10k to spare. We've got how many players? Oh, actually, if I look on here, is it going to tell me our committed earnings? Without fail. Always the last one. So our committed spending for next year at the moment is 18,370. We're just shy of half. I don't know how many players that leaves us. So if I have a butchers on here, it's going to finish 23 and early 24. So basically, everyone from WADA up is not going to be with us next year. We can take Gabriel out because we know he's joining us as an actual player, which he is. Most of them, a little bit shit, if we're honest. Anzai is good, but he wants £1,000 a week. He's not that good, so I might let him go. We've got Kato and Tabira who are leaving to finish their loans. Might have a look, see if we can follow up with them. We've got a chap on the way in as well, which is fine. And then there's a few trialists here that I was looking at. Potentially, I might have a look at Takuya Yasui, but there's a few other guys I want to look at. I'm also more conscious now of the foreign players. So, I'm going to be pretty kind of selective. So we've got Siddharthi, Trenkov, and Gabriel. We've got one more who can be brought into the team as a regular, and I have an idea who that might be, but I'll have a little butcher's through. Ito is still with us, and I offered him another year's contract. Of course I did. He's great. We love him. It will take him to the age of 50, but, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Just is. And Talk of the Devil is in for the final game of the season, along with a man with a skin complexion situation going on. I don't know who he is, but he's playing for the best team in the league. So I'm assuming he's going to be quite handy. I am going to give Piszek a scout as well, obviously, because he's good. Odds are he probably won't join us, but we'll give a little look. We've got Shamalalov, Trenkov in goal. Fujisaki, Kato, and Tabira are playing as the back three. Anzai and Hammer playing outside with Ito and Siddharthi as our centre mids. We've got Suzuki supporting Gabriel and Cam up top. Kamada out to the right side. Nishino puts it across. Ishek scored. He's 44th of the season. Do you know who goals? That's not a sentence. Do you know who he hasn't scored as many goals as? That's what I was going for. Sir Oliver of Watkins. If you weren't watching the Villa series, go over there and have a look at the absolute monstrosity that that man's caused. And then ask yourself, oh, I wonder if he got into the England squad that went to the Euros at the end of the year. You'll probably realise, due to my anger at the answer, but I'm not going to tell you. Oh, he's put that wide? Oh, no. Oh, I thought that was a goal. I was just getting ready to be smug. I was engaging smug mode, but no, ruined it. Vitalucci on the left side, cleared. Ito isn't getting there because, as we know, he's an old man. Dohi through to Kamada in the middle. They look like they're really comfortable, to be fair. Trenkov jumped the wrong way. Not ideal. Just because people are contracted with us for next year doesn't mean they're going to be with us. They might get poached. They might just get sold. I might think, am I going to use a foreign player for a goalkeeper? Not that that's a hint specifically for anyone that I'm looking to sell. But, and a further unrelated note, goalkeeper's worth potentially up to about 400 grand. Pretty good potential. Can go up to J.League 1. So I might keep him, might not. I don't know. But I don't know. If I get money, then they might not last. Hammer has the ball on the left for us. Suzuki knocks it forward towards Gabriel. I've got to be honest. I was kind of expecting us to have a decent performance in this game. I think the players have all turned off. We've got our promotion. He fell over. We've got a promotion, and everyone's gone, do you know what? I'm good. Who's he? How's he got 20 goals in a season? I would say for a winger. Our wingers don't score that. Also don't have wingers. But watch Fujisaki here. He falls over. It's a shame. He did try like a lunging tackle, so that does give a bit of a better reason as to why he fell over. But, yeah, I just thought he stacked it, to be honest. Ito, back to Anzai, into the middle. Suzuki scored. Yeah! Our top scorer gets his 16th of the season, which is... It's almost a third of what their top scorer's got. I mean, that's not great, is it? I mean, I'm used to having one of the highest scoring teams on this formation. Like, it's just fun. But they've destroyed it. Hammer puts it across. Kazuki? It's not his name. Suzuki had another header. Is he even that tall? Because he's getting all up in everyone's business with headers. He's got a 13 jumping reach, to be fair. 5'10". It's pretty much. He's clearing headers as well. He's having a wonderful time. Doe. And Trenkov made a save. Well done, boy. What's Australian for well done? Simiguchi's not having a good time, is he? He just walked off. He looked like his leg was about to fall off, like they'd have to cause amputation in the pitch, and he's just got up and walked off. So obviously he's not that bad. Sadati, Cam. Ooh, and he bends it just wide. Look at the physio. It's tough. That's a shame. I was enjoying this little run. Fatami, he's gone for a shot. Goalie's made another save. God, look at him go. Look at him go. Fatami with a corner. Suzuki's going to clear this. I can feel it already. There he is. He's actually really good in the air. He's also gone over and kicked someone. Respect that. Doe. Well, Fatami knocks it forwards. Kato makes the interception. Sadati through to Cam. Brilliant turn. Oh, and there, goalkeeper Clark. Oh my God, sentences. Claims. Calmly is what I was trying to say, and I just smashed the words together like some sort of weird lingual hulk. Fatami's had a shot. Trenkov's made another save. I'm starting to think he probably should be able to hold on to some of these. Fatami is taking the corner once more. Near post. Suzuki heads it away. We all know the drill. Come on. Here we go. In. See? Told ya. Brilliant. Eagle Gabriel looked like he was just about to pass out. So, brought him out for Sukui, and we've also put Ishii at centre-back. He might be 5'8". It's fine. Done. I've also put Sato in for the old man, and we've dropped Suzuki back to be a deep line playmaker. I'm starting to think Suzuki might be worthwhile playing the supporting striker, and then it means I'd have to push Igor Gabriel forward, which I think he can probably do, to be fair. But I noticed that us and he were performing better when we made him the more defensive one. So, I don't know. Neither of them are particularly fantastic at finishing, but they are our 2 top scorers. So, do we change to improve them, or do we change and stop them being as acceptable? Is that the word? As useful as they have been. Cervantes clears it. Cam makes the interception. Beautiful. Sato's pushing forward. He's got quite a few white bodies in front of him. White shirts. Oh dear. It's pen. Let's just move on. Do we try and make the goalkeeper take the penalty because it's funny? I think I do. If I get a chance, if I didn't stop it late enough, then we'll whack Trenkov on the penalty. Just as I said, like, it's just funny, isn't it? Right, Shalamalov. Get on this, lad. Here he is. Look at him stepping over it like a seasoned professional. He knows exactly where he's sticking this. Probably right in the middle of this flag here. You ready? Go on, Shalamalov. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Come on, lads. Take it back to the centre circle with both hands. He's clasping it like... I keep saying clasping. He's clasping it like he's just gathered a ball from a corner and he's like trying to march the team forward. Come on, boys. We can do it. Goalkeeper scored the goal to come back. I don't think we're going to push on from that, are we? That's a shame. Took longer to go than I thought. That's a shame. There we go. You know what? Look at the stats. We were all over him. Definitely should have won. But we didn't. Do you know why we didn't win? Because our strikers aren't massively good. Our defenders are a little bit questionable. And our midfielders, one of them should be gathering a pension. That one might be my fault. I could have just not played him. Right, I've got some horrific news. Ito said to me he's considering retirement. So I was like, boss man, where you going? Stay here. Please don't leave. Follow up. We had to move to the Shizuoka Stadium. Don't know what that is. So we don't meet the J.League 2 requirements. So where the stadium requirements? So minimum stadium is 10. Minimum standing is 8. And terracing is permitted. Permitted means it's allowed. I always get confused with one of those words. And I never remember which one it is. So where's our actual stadium then? So it says we move. Have we already gone? We've already gone. Okay, that's fine. Where am I going to find it? I know where I'm going to find it. Bear me a second. We'll go home. And then we'll look at our last home game, which is at the Namatsa Stadium. Beautiful. So it's 10,000. Seating capacity is 5. It said it needs to be at least 8. And it also said some gaff about terracing, which we don't have. So the Namatsu Stadium, not even us. We're not even playing there. Don't worry about that. So we are going to be at the Shizuoka Stadium, which is based in Shizuoka. Bear with. I'm just going to have a little look where that is in relation to Namatsa, just because I'm curious. I remember seeing a save where a team from the south of England ended up going to a stadium in Miami to play their home games. And that Miami, not like some weird village somewhere in the depths of southern England, actual Florida. So bear with. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so as you can see, not a massive distance. Turns out Namatsu is... I'm far too ingrained now. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm saying it wrong. I've been saying it wrong for a lot. Yeah, it turns out, so these are actually in, I think they called it a prefecture? County? A Japanese type of county? I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of in a larger area called Shizuoka, which has its own city as well, called the same thing. Turns out it's not actually that far from Mount Fiji. Didn't realise that at the point when I made the thumbnail. I just thought it looked cool. So, it's not that bad. It's about an hour away. So, it's manageable. It's manageable. It's not that we're being sent halfway around the world. We've got a few chaps we're looking at. This guy called Cristiano. I don't think I'm going to sign him. Looks a little bit naff. Also, if you notice here, no interest in joining us. So that's probably another reason why I won't sign him. So we'll get rid of that. I'm waiting to see if I can find the season review. So if it does turn up at some point, I'll show you. Otherwise, you'll see my big fat head and like big view. Like it currently is now, but at the end. And here it is. I was honestly believing that it wouldn't actually arrive. Azul claro no mazo. Definitely not the inflections I should give it, but I'm clearly neither of the words or thingies where these come from. So that's where we are. 2023 end of season review. Let's go. So, sign-ins. Igor Gabriel was not mine, so it doesn't give me one. Cam, give me a B-. Yang Yumin, let's just hop to a good one. So, Ilya Shalamov-Trenkov, they've given me an A+. Wages were decent, players good, and a 200 grand release clause, which people are sniffing around for. I have offered him the possibility of a contract, or had the conversation, and he wanted a lot of money to like treble his wages and some. So, I might let him go. I'm not sure. Take, is there any other A+? Kato and their loans. No one cares about them. I signed so many players. Bunch of these are just youngsters who are a bit naff. Okay, that's fine. Oh, should we see how Kenshin Brown's getting on? He was our kind of good player. He played 9 times, scored 2 goals. Do you know what? Probably should have been played more because he had an XG of half and scored 2 goals from it. So we'll give him a little scout arena. See what he's worth. Probably never going to play him. Loans out they never refer to, so that's fine. So, J.League 3. They wanted us to finish mid-table. What did we do? Second. Smashed it, mate. Almost smashed it and almost got ourselves some silverware, but we didn't. The All Japan Cup, they wanted us to be competitive, and we got knocked out in the second round. But it was against one of the best teams in the country. So, fortunately, they let us go from that, so that's fine. The biggest win, as we saw, an 8-4 away from home, which is just offensive. The match to remember was a 3-1 win against Fukushima, which I believe was also on one of our episodes. And the goal of the season, Sakurai scored a lovely goal, central midfielder, a daisy cutter from 24 metres, in the game that Sadati got himself sent off. Should we have a little butchers? I think we should. So here we have Sakurai just outside the area. He gets picked up by Gabriel, Hammer knocks it back, and he just... Do you know, it was a pretty decent goal, to be fair. I've seen some absolute stinkers being awarded that in the past. But it was an alright finish, to be fair. We've scored quite a few nice goals. Club rep was national, is still national, 1.5 stars, that's fine. We have no sponsorship, notable deals, etc. We don't have any reference to previous seasons, but 400k sponsorship, 600k broadcast, it's pretty decent. 26 grand merchandising, of which 10% is non-domestic, which is as it always is. How we lined up. So, Sholomovolov Trenkov was our goalkeeper. Sadati, Fujisaki, Tabira, Anzai and Hammer are our wide players. I've just noticed someone. Takanaga and Ito. Ito was in our best players. What an absolute guy. I hope he stays. At the very least, stays as a coach. I couldn't give a shit if he's absolutely terrible. I want to keep him forever. We then have Suzuki as the cam, Gabriel and Cam as the strikers, which is fine. Pretty decent return. We've got a lot of record breakers here, so we'll fly through them. Most overall goals in the season, 16. I feel like a lot of these are going to be broken, again, quite easily. Most league goals by a player is Suzuki, again, 16. Most goals by a player in a match and league match are both a hat-trick. Most assists by a player in a season are 13. Most clean sheets by a player in a season. I love it says player, not goalkeeper. 14. Most man of the match is 7. Worst discipline is just 11 yellows. No reds. I don't think that's too bad, to be fair, especially for a centre-back. Our youngest player was Ryo Hirahara at 16 and 157 days. Our oldest player is Terayusho Itaka Ito. Don't know where the other words come from, or the letters. 49 years of age. What a boy. Most highest, I keep saying that, I said it last episode as well. Highest transfer fee received, just over 100k for Noah, who we've just scouted. Fastest goal was 2 minutes 21, which again, that could be beaten quite easily. Ando has our youngest goal scorer, 40, will be young. 18 years, 227 days, and our oldest goal scorer, obviously it's Ito, as we saw in the previous episode, 49 years, 45 days. What a boy. So, is there anything that we want to have a look at here that stands out? Because everything's pretty much been covered. That new skin actually tells you what their average ratings were of the signings of the season. That's quite helpful. So, the fans player of the season was our left back, Hammer. The young player of the season was Gabriel. The signing of the season they had as Yang Yu-min, and I've got to be honest, I wasn't that impressed, but it's fine, obviously they were. Sakurai, as we saw, got the goal scorer, assists, player matches, etc. We've already discussed, not discussed. That's different completely. And Sakurai had 60 passes per 90, which is pretty decent. No competition awards or personal ones. Do you know what? We've had a wonderful time. Should we have a look at our timeline? No one cares about it. Literally no one. So let's not waste our time. And we'll move me to full screen. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed that first season, because I have. I've got quite a bit of money to spend. Not as much money as I have in the Villa save, which you're going to be seeing not in January, obviously. I'll be coming back on New Year's Eve with that save. I will say, probably going to spend over 200 million with Villa. It's a bit disgraceful, but I mean, it is what it is. So we haven't quite got that much, but pretty decent amount of money to spend. Probably going to get a little bit more in with player sales. Definitely a lot of guys going out on contracts. So I'm going to be busy. I don't know when the next episode's going to come out, because it's going to take me a little while to sort it. But I hope you're going to be there for it. There would have been some items on screen already if they're not there already. That's the same sentence. Thank you very much for your time.